All right, everyone, welcome to the NL Least preview. Scott's still here. This one's gonna be a rough one. This one's gonna be rough. Scott's not gonna get to talk a lot for the first minute. I'm gonna let him say over under, and then I'm gonna go on one of my rants. So let's think about what they lost first of all. Miami Marlins, aka the Yankees bitch.
Under.
Yeah. The Yankees bitch.
Yeah.
This team lost Stanton, Yelich, Ozuna, and D. Gordon. What did they get back? Lewis Brinson. That's about it.
Right.
You didn't get Clinton.
Right.
You didn't get Clinton Frazier. You didn't get like a Luke Weaver, an Alex Reyes, or anything like that. Any high profile prospects in any of these organizations. You didn't get a top 5 Yankees prospect. You handed the NL MVP to a team that had an AL MVP candidate. And who's running that front office? None other than the captain. It says the captain on his monument in Yankee Stadium. And he's still the captain because he's still handing that team and still adding wins to that team. Giancarlo Stanton was a treasure in Miami. Miami embraced him. Miami loved him. But this team has been on a downward spiral ever since Jose Fernandez passed, unfortunately. I love Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich is in a good spot now in Milwaukee with Travis Shaw, Eric Thames, people like that. Marcell Ozuna, possibly a playoff contender with St. Louis. D. Gordon, they shipped him to Veterans No Man's Land in Seattle, where he can be with Ichiro yet again. What did this team add? Bunch of prospects. Lewis Brinson. Lewis Brinson's going to start opening day for this team. I like the kid. I've seen him play a couple times. Having MILB helps a lot when you want to watch prospects. But this, oh God, this team makes me angry. This is a team that's starting Urena, Despaigne, Straley, Chen, Hernandez as their opening day, as their starting rotation. If you're not a baseball fan, it's a whole lot of who. First base, Justin Bour. Starlin Castro. That's what they got in return.
Who already wants to be traded?
Yeah, already wants to be traded. It wasn't a good Yankee. So the Yankees just shipped him and his contract out to Miami. Miguel Rojas, Anderson, Prado, Dietrich, Lewis Brinson, like I said, bright spot. And poor old Cameron Maybin. Who's in their bullpen? None other than Brad Ziegler, who isn't good enough to play on any other team in Major League Baseball and be their closer. You have Bear Claw. I love Bear Claw. He's one of the few on this team that actually has my respect. Junichi Tazawa. Boston Red Sox fans hate him. Him and Uehara. Because they did nothing for the organization since the World Series. There's a reason he's in Miami and not still in Boston. There are reasons that these people are in Miami and not their former teams. Martin Prado's going to open the season on the DL. Chen's not going to be ready by opening day. Scott, I know we already said the over-under. What is the realistic win total for this team?
If they win more than 55 games, I'll be surprised.
Yeah. This isn't even a baseball team. Like the Express could beat them.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping they put them on my Rangers schedule 82 times.
Yeah. That's the only way the Rangers are getting wins.
So we get the playoffs.
That's it. That would be the only way the Rangers make the playoffs.
Right.
They get to play. Yeah. Luckily, the Rangers get to play Oakland too.
That ain't worked out so well lately either.
Yeah. Man, this team's bad. Oh, I think this team wins. This team could win 49 games. There's a possibility. I know it's hard to lose 100 games in Major League Baseball. It's hard to win 100, but it might be even harder to lose 100.
I think Miami's about to prove that it's not that hard to lose 100 games when you can put a roster like that together.
I don't think you put a roster.
Even those rosters that were put together, like the Astros and the Mariners that lost the 100 games, they at least had a couple of decent players on that team.
Right. Well, they were building.
Right.
Building. In the process of building.
Yeah, they didn't dump and then build. They were building. They were already a building process.
I mean, how many times does an organization own an MVP and just give them away? I can't remember the last time it happened.
Not in baseball.
No, definitely not in baseball. I mean, Alex Rodriguez was pretty close, when he won the MVP award in Texas. Mind you, that Rangers team was awful, a lot like this Marlins team.
I was going to say, that the thing about that is that Alex went on that team. They may be just like the Marlins are now. They may be a 49-win team then.
And a lot like that, the Stanton trade, the Rangers did not get a lot back. What did they get back? Alfonso Soriano? Congratulations.
And you still had to pay Alex Rodriguez his contract.
Until about 5 years ago?
Yeah.
But I'm so done with this team. We're moving on.
Yep.
Under.
Under.
This is the freest money of anything on here. This is the worst team I've seen in my entire life. And I saw those Astros teams in the early 2010s and stuff like that. Those teams were, and the Rays teams and teams like that. Just bad baseball. I'm not gonna if when the Sox play the Marlins this year, probably not gonna watch because I don't want to subject myself to that. Let's move on to a team that I actually like and actually care about, the Philadelphia Phillies. This is the exact opposite. This is a team that has a lot of young talent, not talent that they just gave away. Another former Ranger prospect, Jorge Alfaro. Cole Hamels trade a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I think J.P. Crawford was also in that deal for some reason. I believe.
He might have been.
Maybe. Oh, no, it was Nick Williams in right field. That's who it was. Yep, it was. So Jorge Alfaro and Nick Williams, both opening day starters for the Philadelphia Phillies this year. Cole Hamels trade not looking so great. But that's in the rear view now. I like this Phillies team. 75.5. I think they go over.
75. Yeah. They very well could win 82, in between 82 and 85.
This is a team that's sporting a rotation of Jake Arrieta, Aaron Nola, Jared Eichhoff, and Vince Velasquez as their 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also a team that I would see poised to actually aim to grab a Chris Archer. You're obviously not going to get a Matt Harvey or Steven Matz from division rival New York Mets. But you could definitely aim for Chris Archer, and you have the prospects to get him. So, you have bright spots on this team like Rhys Hoskins. The run that he went on last year was absolutely just legendary. Odubel Herrera. You obviously have Nick Williams, Maikel Franco, J.P. Crawford, and Carlos Santana was an addition for this team. Jake Arrieta, I think, will make a huge difference in that rotation. A lot like bringing Chris Sale into the Red Sox rotation will help out the younger prospects. I think Arrieta will have that effect on this Phillies organization. Where they are weak, this is the bullpen that actually has Tommy Hunter in it. So bullpen not so good. Not so good. That would be an area that they definitely have to work on, or just completely sign free a couple extra free agents going into opening day, because this bullpen is not going to be good for the Philadelphia Phillies. This team I actually have winning the second wild card spot in the NL. I think this team is ready to make a huge jump. So over for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the over too.
All right. So, how the mighty have fallen. Do you remember in the 90s and 2000s when the Atlanta Braves had possibly the best 1-2-3 punch in MLB history. And the team that we discussed previously having possibly the second best 1-2-3 punch in Halladay, Lee, Hamels. Rest in peace, Roy Halladay, obviously. Atlanta Braves, 74.5. Ronald Acuna was really exciting to watch in spring training. Had a great spring training. This Atlanta Braves team didn't lose a lot. They lost Matt Adams, I believe, to the St. Louis Cardinals. But, they sent down Ronald Acuna, which really, really puts a damper on my parade. Ronald Acuna is a guy who I had penciled in as the Rookie of the Year candidate and Rookie of the Year winner, actually. And I still think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but why would you send a prospect down that's ready to rock and roll and is possibly the second best player on your team?
Good question.
In this NL East organization, in this NL East division, I don't know exactly what's going on in their heads because there's a lot of questionable decisions coming from a lot of these organizations that aren't the Washington Nationals or the Philadelphia Phillies. Those two doing just fine.
Talking about the same organization that gave away Elvis Andrus for an aging Marcus Sheriff.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Freddie Freeman, we talked about. Freddie Freeman is the new Evan Longoria, in my opinion.
Right.
He's trapped. Is he not? He's like Paul He's Paul Goldschmidt, in my opinion.
Paul Goldschmidt, yeah.
That was the other one that we used that metaphor for. He's trapped on a bad team. There's really nothing that he can do about it. Evan Longoria was trapped in Tampa Bay for years. Joe Mauer for years was trapped in Minnesota with nobody but Justin Morneau to help him, and an aging Justin Morneau at that during his prime. I feel so bad for Freddie Freeman because this is a guy that could be. If people would get on base in front of him, he would be really good. They have another piece in Dansby Swanson who I really like and really enjoy watching play. He's not Andrelton Simmons like they hoped he would be. When they gave away Andrelton Simmons to the Los Angeles Angels, and now Simmons is possibly going to be. He's going to be a Platinum Glove winner every other year, basically. He's going to be a Gold Glove candidate every year and a candidate for the Platinum Glove every year. Yes, there is a Platinum Glove that people out there do not know.
Yes.
Atlanta Braves 74.5. This one I'm a little trapped on. I don't really know. I think that they go slightly under. I think this team wins like 72, 73 games.
What's their over-under?
74.5.
Yeah, I think this could be a surprise team like the Phillies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the over.
All right. Now, this next team, I know we've said, this whole division is really interesting, the way that their organizations are handling themselves, in my opinion. I don't like this next organization. They're my favorite of the two New York organizations, obviously. The New York Mets, possibly, if we could go into MLB The Show and turn injuries off, could win this division every year, because of the rotation. You have a rotation that includes Syndergaard, who needs to be a Cy Young candidate every year. You have Matt Harvey, Steven Matz, who is my favorite actually out of all of them, and Jacob deGrom.